Picture is similar to a couple others that I posted recently, and the idea is kind of, well, it's kind of basic actually. In terms of composition, it's really basic. We have one subject right in the center, and there's really, I mean, there's a blurry background, but there's no foreground in here. This is a very uncomplicated photo, and even the setup is not that complicated. This is it's a tiny snow globe. It's one of a collection that my mother-in-law got for my wife, I think last Christmas. And this snow globe is like maybe 2 inches tall. And so the globe part here is maybe 1.5 inches tall. And it's this cool little decoration. And I thought it would make an interesting photo to take with my macro lens because you can really see up close. You can see the detail in this snow globe here. And I thought maybe I could make an interesting background if I did kind of the traditional aluminum foil setup. So that's what you've got here. I've taken 1 or 2 photos similar to this one recently and put them up on the blog. And the setup is actually, it's really basic. It's sitting on top of a picture frame, and there's actually, there's a picture below it that you can't really see. I just needed a reflective surface that wasn't the top of the table. So there's this snow globe is sitting on a picture frame, and there's crumpled up aluminum foil behind it. And then you have this snow globe. And what was, well, there's a couple tricky things about this. Number one, that reflection of the window. I realized quickly that could become a problem. So I had to kind of shift the angle of view around here and ended up with like a 3/4 view. So the window is off to the side. I couldn't go all the way up this side because then you wouldn't see the snow globe. So I had to find the right angle to take the picture from. I also, of course, had to deal with how close I wanted to get to the subject and what exposure settings. I think I shot this at f3.5 to get a really shallow depth of field just for fun, but also to blur the background a lot. And I tried a couple smaller apertures, but the background wasn't quite as blurry. And I just like the background totally blown out. The depth of field is so shallow here that focusing was really tricky. I didn't know what to focus on. I ended up focusing on what you see in the foreground here. Well, not the foreground, but the foremost part of the snow globe, the branches or the red leaves of this fake tree right in front. And that was actually trickier than you might think. Those things are maybe, I don't know, at most like 1/4 of an inch tall, and they're really small. And I really wasn't sure like how to rotate this snow globe and what to focus on given how it was rotated. So the setup is really basic, but getting this specific photo did take some experimentation. One thing you'll notice is that if you look at the top of the snow globe, you'll see some yellow and pink I don't know, like dots. That is the reflection of the picture below that you can't see, which is kind of neat. You get a maybe just the tiniest little hint of what the picture is that this is sitting on top of. Also, I did shake the snow globe up, but by the time I was able to take the photo in just a matter of a couple seconds here, it had already settled down. And I think it was for the better. There was 1 or 2 photos I got where the little glitter pieces were a little more scattered, and it just didn't look as interesting. This is such a fun picture to take, and it's a picture that I can't get with any other lens. It's really neat to take these kind of pictures with my macro lens.